Hello everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play EVE Online. This episode we're going to turn in this mission, and if you remember, we have a thing to do in Romy. We have an escalation or expedition we can do. These are generally called escalations because basically it's your green SIG combat site being escalated to a higher tier site. Now, I didn't look up what this is. We might not be able to handle this. I doubt it, but I'm pretty sure, there's a chance we might not be able to handle this one. If we lose our ship, we should have enough ISK and extra ships laying around that it won't really matter. I actually think we have a Corsair somewhere. I think Depari? Yeah, we have a Corsair right there. So we're pretty set if we lose this thing. We could probably actually go grab the Corsair and do this. A fair bit of the opening of this episode will probably just be us flying to the site. This is probably one of the best ways of making ISK in high sec. We just need to be very careful while we're doing this, and I'm actually going to fit the radio crystals because we're probably going to be kiting a lot of things. We'll probably be orbiting at 15 to 20 and fighting from that range. That way we have a much higher chance of just avoiding damage entirely from the smaller ships. Now, we're not going to be staying in high sec the entire time we're doing this, but for our very beginning here, basically until we get cruisers and the ISKs to actually replace a couple cruisers, I think it'd be best if we stick to high sec. I might actually just do episodes where we're doing nothing but escalations the entire episode, because these are probably going to be the most exciting bits, and it seems like that area we were in is actually a decent spot for getting escalations, so should be fairly nice. One thing I'll note now I've been toying in my head with doing is joining up with some faction warfare. That can be a decent way of getting Amari and LP, which we could then turn into modules for our ships. While we might not be able to use Tech 2 weapons, we can use faction and navy weapons. Now, they are really unnecessarily blingy, but they get the job done. And actually, I just noticed we're gonna be not far from Amar. Yeah, we'll be 2 jumps out from Amar. This is the Amar trade hub, like the Amarian trade hub. So it's not the worst thing if we end up losing our Punisher. We could probably dock up in the Amar trade station and just buy a second Punisher exactly the same as this one. Because I don't think it costs more than what we're carrying. Yeah, it's estimated 3.9 mil. We could buy all of this right here. We have 4.3, so we could afford it. Hopefully. We also just have a few spare parts sitting around Amar from me upgrading ships at times, so I was actually hoping to put what we have in there towards getting the Corsair up to snuff easier. Now, not really much left to talk about as we're traveling to Romy, but we are basically there. So, pretty good timing. Now, there we go. now we're entering the system. when we go to warp to, when we right click, you notice we don't have it there. We have to open up this, warp to location. This is a DED threat assessment of unsafe, 3 of 10. It was once a work field of a large mining corporation. It is now infested with a strain of rogue drones, working tirelessly to strip mine the once valuable ore that still remains hidden within the depths of the ruins. So it's a 3. I think this is actually one of the hardest high sec can offer. Let's do this. It's complex work field. Funding got cut short after an architectural mishap. The acceleration gates were supposed to carry massive industrial haulers got infected with a mysterious virus. Now we're in site number 1. These are actually some rogue drones we haven't seen before. These are actually level 1 mission rats. They give a decent bounty for what they are, but they pop really easily. As you can tell, they have like no HP. So here's actually this first room done. This might not actually be as difficult as I was thinking it was going to be.
Warp drive active.
Yes, the ore was mined away decades ago. Okay. Oh, there was actually an amber rock back there. Let's actually see if there's a... Oh, here's a lot of rats. Single amber. Let's go this way first. Because you notice there is a rogue drone container down here. There's also a black drone container up there. We'll grab it after. We'll go after this rogue drone container first. Too far away to lock. I don't think we'd really want to grab their attention, given we're after this. Bah, it can't hurt. I'm gonna regret this, but... Basically, the bigger the drone looks to be, like these are medium drones, they are Valkyries basically, the more HP they're going to have. Let's poke away at these guys. Let's actually close our orbit really tight on this container. Turn our afterburner off. Oh, decimator. Start locking up a few of these approaching drones. Actually, I don't think we're going to manage to hit him at this range. We're going to need to pull some range a bit. Keep firing. There we go. We should now be able to open up the rogue drone container. Don't make the mistake of shooting it. You don't need to shoot it. Same goes for the black drone container. Get a little bit of isogen. Not really too worth it, but hey, it's something. Start heading up towards where the black drone container is. Continue killing more drones along the way. Nothing to salvage. Well, loot, I should say. We'd never be salvaging these. They're just not worth it. The time investment to the payout, it'll never be worth it. There's our majestic beams, just all standing at attention. Let's go back to clearing out a few more drones. This is actually a lot easier than I was expecting it to be. I'll put it this way, difficulty ramps up really quickly with these. As in a 6 out of 10, you're gonna want a battleship. few more. These guys are actually taking hits kind of well. It's probably because I'm using radio crystals. Hold on. Switch over to the ultraviolet. We're close enough. There's another little payout. That. Now we can open up the black drone container. Probably just be a little more ore in it, but hey, anything's profit. Let's load our radio crystals back in. Oh, 5th tier overseers. Personal effects. Basically an item we can sell to NPCs to just generate 180,000 ISK. Not the worst. If we view the market details on it, there's actually not any of them nearby, any of the NPCs we need. A little concerning that, but we'll find somewhere. I know for a fact where we can sell it, and I might actually do it off screen. Go to, I believe, what might be the final pocket. You can pause if you want to read that. I apologize for not reading it. It just occurred to me that I probably should have. Yes, here is the final pocket. Well, we might as well go to the mineral containers first. Oh, can I lock up a fight? No, I'm only capable of locking 4. I gotta work on that. We should at least have 5 targets locked. Switch to the ultraviolet crystals. Actually, I need to start maneuvering a little bit. Basically just continue popping drones. We're actually missing this one quite the amount. It's mostly because of what its angular was at, if I was seeing the numbers right. Let's keep flying around. We don't really want to sit still too long with this many hostile rogue drones around. They might actually start taxing our tank for all I know. I'm not the most confident in this ship. In my own time, I actually rarely fly a Punisher. I have one fit for PvP, but that's it. And even then, I don't use it much. I'm much more of a cruiser kind of person, so being a Logi pilot and all, I'm not really one for shooting things other than NPCs. But I'll do it if I have to. We're basically just gonna keep killing these NPCs till we clear out enough of them that we can more or less safely get into those mineral containers. And there we go. Now let's go collect our booty. Yar. We might not actually be able to carry all of what will be here. Because as we went through this place, I remember I've done one of these before. In a cruiser, of course. Bit of titanium, that's actually pretty bad. Titanium. Is that all I'm gonna get? Some Mexilon. Titanium. So less than 100 Veldspar worth of titanium. We got 2 rats left to deal with. Yeah, let's just use radio crystals for one shot. Switch back to ultraviolet. Lower our velocity a bit. See if we can actually open this yet. Which we can. Get 7th tier Overseer's personal effects. It's not bad. These are items that will never lose value. They will always have the same value. Yeah, we can't open that yet. No, no ship. No, forward. Just fly forward. Check out here. There's actually a bit of amber here. If we were doing more industrialist stuff, I'd actually probably stop and mine that up. Amber can be pretty hard to come by because isogen's found in it, and as you might be able to tell, isogen is quite valuable. Mostly because it's not really found in many rocks in high-sec, it's just kernite and amber. And those are in Amar space, basically. I think it's Amar and Minmatar space. You'll find amber and kernite. Either it's Amar and Galante. It's one of the two. So better way back to this. Get precious alloy. Yeah, this wasn't exactly the best trip. We did, however, basically make a guaranteed 780,000 ISK, so that's not too bad. Let's make our way back to our mission station now.
Warp drive active.
Because we have really nothing else left to do there. So yeah, that was an escalation. Probably, as I mentioned, we'll probably end up doing those quite a lot because, well, they're just a handy way to make ISK. That actually wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. I'm also going to be watching market details here to see if I can find somewhere that's NPCs. Ah, okay, right there. Any of these stations, we can actually sell these at. So let's actually set destination there. Okay, we still have to go through Amar. I'm going to quickly show selling these. I know this is going to really hurt my storage space because these videos are going to be a bit too big to fit easily, but okay. We'll warp on over to Mammon Knar. System. I'm just gonna call it Mammon. That should work. Oh, there's a Drake Navy issue. Hello, Omega player. What are you doing here this fine day? Autopiloting. That sounds great.
Warp drive active.
Oh. Let's see, wormhole. C3 wormhole being advertised. It's not usually the best, in my opinion, to advertise your wormhole corp that way. You really don't want to draw attention from people that might want to remove you from said wormhole.
Warp drive active.
Hello, Concord. Goodbye, Concord. And we'll just continue flying along here. There's really not a whole lot to say while we're flying. That is probably my only issue with Eve. Doesn't really give us much to talk about. We can look over what we picked up. This inertia stabilizer should be decently helpful to us. Although we can fit the Tech 2, there's literally no point to the meta. Everyone can fit the Tech 2. Yeah. And the argument can't even really be made fitting costs, because all they require is a low fitting slot, low power slot. They don't actually use up any fitting space. They do blow up your SIG and lower your inertia, thus letting you warp faster but making you quicker to be locked as well. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword there. Here we are, docking a DED facility.
Docking permission requested. Docking request.
It's basically a police facility. This is a Minmatar station, so I guess they trust in the Rust. I most certainly don't. Now we can move these here. Now if we just click these, sell items. We're selling it immediately. We're making exactly how much it told us we were going to make. We have a sales tax, but that's fine. Sell. Yep. Don't tell me again. Right there. We're over 5 million. Again. I realize this is the second time we've been there. But we're there again. Next stop, Cruiser Town, hopefully. I thank you all very much for watching, and hope to see you again next time when we'll probably continue doing a few level 2 missions. I thank you all very much for watching. I already said that. See you all next time.